like to start public session. Ask that during public session you step up to the microphone, state your name and address. Try to keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. I have 3 people signed up to speak. The first speaker signed up is Ranjit. I don't want to say the last name, but feel free to step up to the microphone if you wish.
Ranjit Degay. Don't worry, everybody either misspells it or mispronounces it. Okay, well, I'm here to speak against the proposed downtown drive-through Dunkin' Donuts. I realize that it is the Planning Board and the Zoning Board of Appeals that officially get to approve or reject the proposal, but I think that community sentiment should matter. The criteria for both the Planning Board and the Zoning Board on any project like this include whether it is compatible with the, quote, character of the community and the area that it would be in. How better to gauge the character of the community than to hear from people who live, work, and enjoy it. I'm not from here originally. I've lived and worked here for 20 years. Before that, I lived in suburban Maryland and Virginia, in Washington, D.C., in small-town Ohio and Vermont, and in small city Connecticut. Oswego has one thing that those other places lack, and that's a good Main Street downtown. Our downtown is really something special, and it's gotten almost continuously better in the time I've been here. It's walkable from residential areas in the city. It's enjoyable to stroll around in, with the river walks, the diagonal rail trail across the river, attractive and historic architecture, and many unique shops, restaurants, and cafes. The downtown just might be Oswego's greatest asset. A drive-through fast food restaurant at the gateway to that downtown damages the value of that asset. It makes that gateway ugly, at least to people who really value the type of Main Street downtown that we have. And I think the past week has shown that there's many more of these people than a lot of us, including me, thought there were. This downtown is really crucial to our quality of life. Those great walks through the city, over the rail trail, up and down the river walk, coming into town to do a little shopping or get a quick bite or a big bite to eat, won't be the same when you exit the rail trail or come up the Riverwalk steps into the rump end of a fast food restaurant. If you have to dodge drive-through traffic on your way to downtown and inhale the carbon monoxide from all the cars in a drive-through, it's even less pleasant. One final point. Even if you are for the downtown Dunkin', we need a traffic study. This is crucial. Traffic studies are standard for projects like this, and the site is practically right on one of the biggest intersections in the city. Even if it's legal to skip the traffic study, which would amaze me, it would be extremely irresponsible not to do so. That's all I've got. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is Austin Wheelock.
Thank you. I'm also here to speak about the proposed downtown Dunkin' Donuts. I've spent the last couple days going through both the Oswego 2020 plan as well as the newly finished last year Downtown Revitalization Initiative strategic plan, and I can't find anywhere in here where we're supporting the development of a fast food drive-through restaurant in our downtown. Actually, in many places, it's stating things exactly the opposite, and I would ask anyone who's looking at approving this plan to take a look at the Downtown Revitalization Initiative, and the actual site that this is proposed on was one of the sites that was submitted for the Downtown Revitalization Initiative. So it is part of the downtown. It's a site that's been identified as being important to downtown, and I think that we should really try to find the best and highest use for that site, even if it takes a little bit longer. I would also, I think that until something is actually done proactively, that this is probably going to be something that's going to keep cropping up every so often in terms of a fast food drive-through restaurant looking at downtown. And it may be time that the city of Oswego be proactive and maybe look at adopting or looking at the adoption of a local law that would ban drive-through fast food restaurants in downtown in an area that is determined to be downtown. So that's just something in terms of being proactive and to support the local businesses that are already here. I know that I've talked to several local businesses that are concerned about this being within a couple blocks of them, and the unfair competition it's going to provide this business versus theirs. So I think it's something that should be looked at in terms of, is this something Oswego wants, and if it's not, do we want to look at doing something proactively to stop this type of development in the future? Thank you.
Mark Slozak.
Good evening. Just want to spend a few moments talking about the Dunkin' Donuts. I did have the occasion to attend the State of the City address by the mayor, and I really liked what the mayor had to say. I'd like to, in a nutshell, talk a little bit about a couple of concepts that he alluded to in terms of downtown. He wanted to I came away with the idea that he wanted to do projects to preserve it, and enhance the historic downtown area, and also try to make the city more inviting to pedestrians and friendly to visitors. The 2020 vision on page 37 has a picture of the Armory and the former Y in the background. On page 38, they talk about preserving and promoting the significant architectural heritage of residential, retail, and commercial spaces, and to ensure the safety of pedestrians and motorists. Page 40 talks about capitalizing on tourism potential of this city's using this city's heritage. And it also talks about ensuring that the city is easily accessible to all people. Page 41, develop a more pedestrian-friendly downtown area, preserve and promote the historical buildings and character, and ensure that parking is available to support the uses in the downtown area. My question would be, is placing a drive-through Dunkin' Donuts franchise at 275 West 1st Street consistent with the city's 2020 vision? I feel that the input of the citizens of the greater Oswego area is vital and needs to be a part of the decision-making process, and I would call on citizens to discuss this with the legislator and also be proactive in terms of the zoning board. In summation, I suggest that the city look at adopting a certified local government program. The city would then become proactive rather than reactive. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to address the council before we get started? Seeing none, I will close public session. Regular meeting starts at 7:30. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
His Honor the Mayor.
Here.
Councilor McBrady.
Here.
Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Here.
Councilor Wilmot.
He's excused.
Councilor Gosick.
Here.
Councilor Tesorio.
Here.
Councilor Cordino.
Here.
6 present, 1 excused.
Thank you. There's nothing under the mayor's report. Do any of the councilors have anything to add? Seeing none, will clerk please call resolution 34.
Approved minutes common council meeting held January 22nd, 2018.
Councilor Gozick, Councilor Cordy, comments? Clerk please call the roll.
Councilor McBrady. Sorry, there was supposed to be Gosick first. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesorio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk please call resolution number 35.
Appoint Commissioner of Deeds.
Councilor Hill. Councilor Tesorario. Comments? Clerk please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesorio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk please call resolution number 36.
Accept donation of a memorial bench in memory of Lisa Secor.
Councilor Massey. Councilor Gozick. Comments? Clerk please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 37.
Approve use of public space, Mr. and Mrs. Robert McGrath, proprietors of the Clubhouse Tavern and Spencer's Alley located at 124 and 126 West 2nd Street in order to host the annual United Way breakfast to be held on Saturday, July 28, 2018.
Counselor McCready, Counselor Hill. Any comments? Please call the roll.
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 38.
Approve use of city properties, Oswego Harbor Festivals Incorporated for Harbor Fest to be held July 26th through 29th, 2018.
Counselor Hill, Counselor Teserari. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 39.
Approve use of city properties, Oswego Yacht Club, in order to host the Niagara Frontier District Thistle Regatta to be held June 8th through 10th, 2018.
Counselor McCready, Counselor Gozick. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 40.
Approve use of city properties, Ancient Order of Hibernians, in order to host the St. Patrick's Day Parade to be held Saturday, March 10th, 2018.
Counselor Cordino, Counselor Gozick. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 41.
Grant variance of the noise ordinance to Mr. and Mrs. Robert McGrath, proprietors of the Clubhouse Tavern and Spencer's Alley located at 124 and 126 West 2nd Street during the months of June through September.
Counselor Hill. Counselor DeMassey. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 42.
Authorize mayor and/or community development director to execute all documents necessary for the summer concert series and the 2018 Independence Day Parade and Festival.
Counselor Hill, Counselor Gozick. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 43.
Waive fees for the Oswego Yacht Club's National Hospice Regatta.
Counselor Teserio, Counselor McCready. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 44.
Approve charter boat dockage fee schedule.
Counselor Cordino, Counselor Gozick. Before I call the roll, this resolution essentially cuts the fees for charter boats to dock in White's Landing Marina in half. We also undo the change we made last year. Last year, we put a $1 per fish cleaning charge on the fish cleaning station. We're going to undo that change now. We wanted to try something different and see how that process worked. We decided to go back the other way. We also, in this resolution, give a $100 discount to returning boaters who rent a slip at the Wrights Landing Marina if they did last year and if they are coming back this year. They get a $100 deduction. Or if they are not coming back to rent a slip, they will be reimbursed $100 because of the lack of power, because of the high water levels. Any comments from the council? Seeing none, will clerk please call the roll?
Counselor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Teserio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty. Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 45.
Authorize the Office of Economic Development to prepare and submit a grant application for the Oswego Home Improvement Program.
Counselor DeMassey, Counselor Tesorerio. This is the grant application for a $500,000 grant through our community, through our Economic Development Office for a housing rehab, round of housing rehab funding. What this grant does is for folks who are around the 130% average median income in the city of Oswego, which is roughly 68,000, a family of four, about 74,000. It makes them eligible to apply for this funding through our Economic Development Office so they can do home improvement projects like putting on a new roof, help with replacing windows, new siding. So this funding really allows low-income individuals in our community to take part in the neighborhood revitalization efforts we're seeing community-wide, and obviously I believe it's beneficial for both the individual or the family and the city to help encourage them and make resources available so that they can invest in their property and improve their home, and hopefully will help keep them in their home for a long time. So we are changing a component of how we administer this program. What I'd like to do is, rather than make this a 100% grant funding for the project, I'd like to require the homeowner pay for 25%, and then the city will then pay for 75%. That way, we can actually take this money and help more people, and this funding will go further and allow us to help more people. And it puts some accountability, responsibility, and a little skin in the game for the property owner. And I think that's important as well. So I believe this is a good program. The last time we applied for this was 2014 with a $400,000 grant. That funding ran out in November. That was really a long lifespan for that amount of funding because before this administration took over, the city had the grant funding and really didn't do anything with it. I won't get into that, but we'd like to take advantage of this round of funding and help the lower income individuals in the community. Any comments from the council? Seeing none, will clerk please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesorerio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Yes. Councilor DeMassey. Yes. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 46.
Authorize mayor to enter into a one-year renewal agreement with ThyssenKrupp Elevator Corporation for elevator maintenance.
Councilor Tesorerio, Councilor Corradino. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesorerio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Resolution number 47.
Approve transfer of funds from the general fund contingent account to the CHATA administration account for rental assistance program training.
Councilor Hill. Councilor Goza. This funding is to send our new housing administrator in charge of the HUD housing office in the city of Oswego to some federal training that he needs. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesorerio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Yes. Councilor DeMassey. Yes. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 48.
Approve transfer of funds from the general fund contingent account to the animal control contracted services account to fund the purchase of an animal management system.
Councilor DeMassey, Councilor Hill. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesorerio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 49.
Approve transfer of funds from the general fund contingent account to the fire department contracted services account for electrical repairs to the east and west side fire stations.
Councilor Gozick, Councilor Corradino. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesorerio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 50.
Approve transfer of funds from the general fund contingent account to the fire department contracted services account for miscellaneous building maintenance to the east and west side fire stations.
Councilor DeMassey, Councilor Gozick. Comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Counselor Testorio.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrady. Counselor DeMassey. Counselor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 51.
Authorize City Chamberlain to advance current funds for the West Side Waterfront Enhancement Project.
Councilor Hill. Councilor Gozick. This funding is to allow the city to, stems from a 2016 CFA grant we won from New York State. The grant is for $590,000 for waterfront projects that were identified in our waterfront feasibility study. The projects actually are worth about $1.2 million. The grant's for $590,000. The city's share, it's a 50-50 match requirement, so that is $590,000. This resolution makes that $590,000 available. And the identified projects to be used with this $1.2 million is the Harbor Trail enhancements that I outlined in my State of the City address, the river dockage that will be installed near the Cahill building to allow boaters to tie up and dock in the Oswego River, the fuel system in the marina, which was identified by recreational boaters as a major asset and attraction when they look to plan a day trip or go boating. $75,000 to help with the renovations and improvements to the lighthouse, and $330,000 approximately for a proposed beach. The timeline for these projects: Harbor Trail, the Harbor Trail improvements in the river dockage. The set schedule is for August, so later this summer. The fuel system will be after this boating season, so will not happen until fall. We have to do some environmental studies, and we also don't want to disrupt the boating season, peak boating season, with the construction. The lighthouse funds will be available this summer, and the beach really is in a holding pattern until we straighten out the water level issue and until we are informed on how we can spend the FEMA money and some of the flood relief money. It really wouldn't make any sense to pick a location and build a beach if the high water levels are going to continue to damage and undermine our lakeshore. These, like I said, these projects were all identified in our waterfront feasibility study, and they were prioritized because we think for various different reasons these projects really can transform the waterfront and produce a tangible return quicker than some of the other projects, and are realistically possible to happen this summer. So, like I said, the Harbor Trail, I think, will help encourage residents and visitors to come down to our lakeshore. If you look at, this is the trail around the bottom of Brightback Park. If you look at that trail now, it's really a disgrace, in my opinion, how that looks with dead trees and overgrown brush. And it's just not what should be the most picturesque scene in the city of Oswego, and probably the most attractive. Really, it's just a complete disaster now. It has been since that trail has been implemented. So that is something, that is one project, I will say, motivated me to run for mayor. So I suppose that is one good thing. But that area has always just frustrated me, and I'm excited to see some improvements happen this year. The river dockage we identified because it complements the work being done on the Cahill building and the investment the city has made in the summer concert series. It also, I believe, will help boost downtown as we work on our $1.5 million Complete Streets project, along with our almost $700,000 going to Water Street and the Water Street parking lot and improvements in the mini pocket park. Adding this river dockage, I believe, creates a strong corridor for boaters to use and have access to the Riverwalk, and hopefully funnel them right up Water Street to the Veterans Stage and mini pocket park and into the heart of our downtown. The fuel system, as I said, was identified as a major asset to recreational boaters. The lighthouse, of course, goes without saying, but really is just a complement and supplement to the good work the volunteers of the Lighthouse Committee and Mercies, I'm glad to see you here tonight. They've done a substantial amount of work. They've really revitalized the lighthouse. They're giving narrated tours, boat tours out to the lighthouse, and it's just an iconic symbol of the Oswego community. It's not very appealing the way the lighthouse looks now. It desperately needs a paint job. Assemblyman Barkley has secured $100,000 of funding for an exterior paint job. This money will help with more renovation and restoration. So the last point that I have to make is back to the Harbor Trail. We have roughly $80,000 out of this $1.2 million dedicated to the Harbor Trail improvements. We also have $45,000 from a Senator Ritchie grant to help supplement that funding. It'll take, because this is identified just for basic improvements, is about a $150,000 project. We would like to totally overhaul that area. It's going to take a lot more money than that, but $150,000 will be a good start to do some visual improvements that I think will make a difference, just helping that area come around. So the $80,000 from CFA, $45,000 from the grant, it's called a DASNY grant from Senator Ritchie. I will be back to the Common Council asking for the difference, which is about $26,000 later this year, to make up that funding and get us to $150,000. So I would just kindly ask that if you support this resolution tonight, you understand that I will be back asking for a $26,000 allocation when we get closer to the start of the project to keep that project going and get us to that $150,000 threshold. Any comments from the council? Councilor Goza.
Yeah, I just want to applaud the mayor's efforts. Past council, I see former Councilor Emmons out there. I'm the new council here today. I hope we'll see fit to fund this project. Obviously, I'm the community development director project out here that done a great job with these grants. I've been on the council the last 2 years. When I started up, got involved with city government. You know, people said, well, the same thing goes on over and over again. I know a few old politicians and people have been involved with city government around here and said, you know, naysayers say, well, nothing's going to happen, never changes. We did this 10 years ago, we did it 20 years ago. But I think this is a testament to the Barlow administration and a new outlook, the people, the new blood that come onto the council here. I hope everyone is on board with this because, you know, as a lover of history, a lover of the waterfront, someone who takes advantage of recreational opportunities here on the river, whether it's kayaking or walking or rollerblading. I'm really looking forward to myself. I think it's going to be a great way to bring people in here and talking about Oswego, because I think that's the next step. We're going to need more people coming here to take advantage of great things like the H.R. White Museum and to go on these tours. I've been on the Lighthouse tour, and it was great to see, you know, step it up and take it to like a world-class level, like a top-notch level and destination, not be satisfied just with the beautiful lake and history that's here. It's always going to be here. To enhance that, improve it, and do investment. So I commend the old council, the new council, the development director, mayor. Can't wait. Excited.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other comments? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesoriero.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady.
Yes.
Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 52.
Approve attendance at various courses being held in February and March 2018. Request of Randall B. Griffin, Fire Chief.
Councilor Cordino, Councilor Hill. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesoriero.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Clerk, please call resolution number 53.
Waive rules of common council to present resolution number 55 from the floor without committee consideration.
Councilor Gozick, Councilor McBrady. This resolution is just adding on resolution number 55. Resolution number 55 is accepting a donation from Brookfield Renewable for the purchase of a water rescue craft, which I guess is a little craft that can allow the fire department to go out and get somebody who's drowning or caught or whatever for use of the fire department. This $8,000, the value is about $8,000, which stems from a conversation our fire chief had with Brookfield, which comes out of our public meetings that we have every 6 months or so to get an update on the conditions of the river. So thank you, Chief. Any comments? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Tesoriero.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601. We'll do
Did I
55, then
skip
50.
53? I got a little excited.
We'll do 55, then 53. How's that?
Let's do 55 and then 53. I
Okay.
didn't want to send Jim Bell to code enforcement training. Clerk, please call resolution number 55.
Accept monetary donation from Brookfield Renewable for the purchase of an Oceanid water rescue craft for the use by the fire department.
Councilor Cordino, Councilor Goza. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Testorio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady.
Yes.
Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Okay, well, clerk, please go back and call resolution.
Approve attendance at the New York State Building Officials Conference to be held April 10th through 12th, 2018 in Liverpool, New York. Request of James Bell, Director of Code Enforcement.
From now on, when I call the wrong number, you read the right resolution. 'Cause I can't make mistakes.
I can.
It's a joke. Take a motion. Councilor Hill, Councilor Testorio. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Testorio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady. Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Any other business to come before the council? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Councilor McBrady, Councilor Cordino. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Gosick.
Yes.
Councilor Testorio.
Yes.
Councilor Cordino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrady.
Yes.
Councilor DeMassey. Councilor Hill.
Yes.
Resolution passes 601.
Meeting's adjourned.